In this video, we're going to build a real web app using Lovable. Not a toy demo, not a fake UI. A real app with login, a real database, real users, and then we're going to deploy live. So if you've ever thought, I'd love to build an app, but I don't want to deal with servers and backend code and all that insanity, this is exactly for you. We're going to build a simple notes app. And I'm choosing a notes app on purpose because once you understand login plus data place plus protected routes, you can build almost anything. A habit tracker, a workout logger, mini CRM, a client portal. It's all the same foundation. So let's stop talking about it and actually build it. Now, first things first, if you want to get started with Lovable, go ahead and click the link down below in the description to get started so you can go ahead and follow along for free. And you can either get started with Google, GitHub, or an email address, which is what I'll do. Go ahead and click on create account. Now it's just going to ask us to verify our email. So go ahead, go to your email provider, click on the link, and your email will be verified. All right, after go ahead and verify that, we're now inside of Lovable. Starting a new project. So now that I'm inside the Lovable dashboard, we can go ahead and start a new project. You can call this project whatever you want. For this, maybe we'll call it Login Notes App. But like I said, you can call yours whatever you want. Doesn't matter. I'm starting from scratch because I want you to see this from a completely clean slate. No hidden configuration, no pre-built template. This is important because a lot of people watch tutorials and think there's something happening behind the scenes that they don't understand. There isn't. We're going from 0 to deployed in one sitting. Now that we're looking at a blank project chat window, this is where everything happens. The prompt that builds the entire app. So I'm going to paste a structured prompt. And this is the kind of structure I recommend using every time you build something. So here's exactly the prompt I'll be using. Build a simple full stack notes app. Requirements: authentication. Use Supabase auth. Users must be able to sign up with email and password. Users must be able to log in with email and password. If not logged in, users cannot access the dashboard page. After login, redirect users to dashboard. Include a logout button when authenticated. Pages: login page, sign up page, dashboard page. Protected route. Notes functionality. On the dashboard, users can create, edit, and delete notes. Each note should have ID, title, body, created _at. Notes must be stored in Supabase. Users must only be able to see their own notes. Database. Create a notes table in Supabase. Each note should be linked to the authenticated user. Enforce per user privacy so users cannot access other users' notes. UI. Clean, minimalist design. White background, blue accent color. Simple card layout for notes. That's what I'll be sending here. So we'll go ahead and paste that right into Lovable and click enter. Now Lovable is going to think for a minute and start generating the app. And while it's building, here's what's actually happening behind the scenes. So it's creating a React front end. It's connecting to Supabase. It's writing authentication flows. It's generating database schema. It's setting up protected routes. It's basically doing what should normally take a developer hours or days and doing it in one pass. This is why Lovable is powerful. You're not skipping complexity. You're just describing it instead of manually building it. So we'll just go ahead and let this do its thing and come back and check back in just a second. Testing authentication, the first real check. So the first thing that I always test in any app with login is whether authentication actually works the way it should. So I'm clicking signing up and I'll enter a test email and password and then submit. If everything's wired correctly, I should automatically be redirected to the dashboard. Perfect. Now inside the dashboard, I'm gonna log out. And here's the real test. I'm manually typing dashboard into the URL bar while logged out. If this is properly protected, then I should get kicked back to login. And yes, it redirects me to login. That means this isn't just a front end trick. The route is actually protected, and that's important. A lot of beginner apps mess this up. They hide the button, but they don't protect the route. Lovable handled that correctly. Now we'll log back in, and now that we're back inside, authentication is working. Testing the database, making sure this is real. All right, now let's test the actual notes functionality. Go ahead and create a new note, title it first note, body, this is stored in Supabase, save, and then the note appears in the dashboard. Now I'm gonna refresh the entire page. If this were just local state, it would disappear, but it's still there, so that means that the note is being written to Supabase and then fetched again on page load. This is real persistent data. All right, now let's test something more important. Logging out, I'm gonna create a completely different account and sign up with a different email. Now inside the dashboard again, I see 0 notes, and that's exactly what we want. Now I'll create a note under the second account, refresh, still there. Sweet, now I log out, log back into the first account, and I only see see the first account's note. This is the moment where your app goes from cool demo to real multi-user software. Because now each user is isolated. Each user has their own data. They cannot see each other's notes. That's because Lovable created a notes table linked to the authenticated users and enforced per user privacy. This is how SaaS apps work. Improving the app without writing code. All right, so now let's make it better. One of the coolest parts of Lovable is you don't open a code editor to improve things. You just tell it what to change. So right now we don't have search. So I'm typing, add a search bar at the top of the dashboard that filters notes in real time based on the note title. So I've gone ahead and reached the limit for the free account, but if you want to go ahead and upgrade, this is how the entire Lovable platform works. So it's credit based, so you get a certain amount of credits per month based on which plan that you go with. So the free plan, it's great for testing like we did today. The pro plan starts at $25 per month, and you get 100 monthly credits, 5 daily credits. You get usage-based cloud plus AI and some other stuff there. So if you need more than that, they have the business where you also get 100 credits per month, but it looks like you don't have a daily credit limit. You can also choose more credits per month. So if you need double the amount, you can go ahead and get that. And they also have enterprise custom. When you go ahead and enter a prompt like that, like the search bar to update that, Lovable will update the code. And now you can type into a search bar. It'll filter your notes. That would normally require state logic, filtering arrays, handling input events. We just described it. So you could also make the note input feel better. You could type something like add a character counter below the note body input field that shows how many characters are typed. So then now when you type into the body field, you can see a character count. It's a small user experience improvement, but it makes the app feel more polished. Understanding what Lovable actually just built. So let's slow down here for a second. We didn't just throw together a UI. We now have Supabase auth managing users, a real notes table in the database. Each note tied to a specific user, protected routes for the dashboard, full create, read, update, delete functionality. That's a real full stack app. When someone signs up, Supabase handles password, hashing, and session management. When a note is saved, it's written to a database row that includes a user ID. When the dashboard loads, it only fetches notes that belong to the currently logged in user. That's the core of multi-user software. If I want to double check how it's structured, I can ask Lovable to explain the notes table and confirm that user ID is linked to authenticated users. The important part is this: you're not in a black box. This is a real code and real database. You can expect it. You can export it later. You're building on actual infrastructure. Lovable is just handling the heavy lifting for you. Deploying the app. All right, now let's talk about deployment. When you click on publish, you can choose the Lovable hosted domain. Lovable takes the generated app, builds it, connects it to Supabase properly, and hosts it for you. Normally, this is where deployment gets messy. You'd configure servers, environment variables, domains, SSL, all that stuff. Here, you just click publish, and it works. When I open the live URL, this is no longer preview mode. It's a real web app. Anyone with the link can sign up and get their own account, their own notes, their own isolated data. That's deployment. For an MVP or early stage idea, this is more than enough. So what we built today is the foundation of almost every modern app. Authentication, database, protected dashboard, user-specific data, Stripe adds payments, AI adds smart features, but the base layer is always login plus database. And now you understand that pattern. Once you see it, you can replace notes with anything. Habits, tasks, clients, inventory, invoices, different data, same structure. And that's the real takeaway. You didn't just build a notes app. You learned the pattern behind SaaS. So if you want to get started with Lovable, we've got that link for you down in the description below. This is an affiliate link, which means we do earn a small commission when you use it at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using them, we thank you so much in advance. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on the AI Academy, we're here to help you learn and leverage AI from the ground up. So be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you here in the next video.